"You touched that valve, and I'll have you arrested." Vanessa Harper screeched from behind her hydrangea hedge, her face flushed brighter than her crimson lipstick. My hand hovered over the water main, wrench in grip, as a sprinkler coughed its last nearby. She thought she owned Brookhaven Bluffs, but that valve was on my land, my deed, and I'd helped install it 30 years ago. Vanessa didn't know she'd just picked a fight with someone who controlled the flow literally. 3 weeks earlier, I'd moved into this gated community, chasing a quiet retirement after 35 years at the City Waterworks department. I'm Ethan Caldwell, 60, a man who'd crawled through tunnels and balanced pipe pressures for decades. The realtor sold Brookhaven as charming with structure. She meant rules thicker than concrete, enforced by Vanessa, a 38-year-old HOA president with a clipboard sharper than a guillotine. Her reign turned my dream into a bureaucratic nightmare, but I wasn't about to bow. It started before I unpacked. A violation notice, delivered by a teenager drowning in an oversized HOA polo, claimed my mailbox was 0.75 inches too tall. I laughed, measured it, and shaved it down with a hacksaw. 2 days later, another notice: my garage door's beige was sandstone instead of Roman mist. Vanessa appeared a week later, flanked by 2 board members clutching clipboards like shields. "Welcome, Mr. Caldwell," she said, her smile venomous, eyeing my uncoiled garden hose as a tripping hazard under Rule 4.3. I asked if she'd memorized the rule book or had it surgically implanted. She didn't laugh. I did. Then my water bill arrived sky-high, despite minimal use. I checked my irrigation, appliances, even the toilets. Nothing added up. Digging into city utility maps, I found a forgotten valve cluster under my lot, part of a 1990s drought project, never decommissioned. Suspicion grew when I noticed Vanessa's lawn, lush even in drought, while others' grass withered. Her koi pond gurgled constantly, a mocking oasis. At 4 a.m., walking my dog, Rusty, I confirmed it. Vanessa's sprinklers ran non-stop, her yard a green beacon. I confronted her while she laser measured my trash bin's curb distance, citing Rule 7.1.4. She fined me $50 and plastered my bin's photo in the HOA newsletter like a wanted poster. That's when I visited Harold, a 20-year resident and former HOA treasurer who despised Vanessa. Over lemonade, he revealed her forged irrigation exemptions and bullied board votes. "She's the queen of the cul-de-sac," he said, "but queens fall." That night, I checked the valve box under my shed. 3 iron handles, city-stamped, hummed with pressure. I twisted one slightly, hearing a distant sprinkler falter, then reset it. Power paused in my hands. When Vanessa screamed about the valve, I stared her down. She ruled by fear, I ruled by water. The next morning, an orange notice was duct-taped to my door: overcut lawn, non-approved window cleaner, cool light bulbs instead of warm. Vanessa was waging war. I left the notice up, a defiant trophy, and waved at the HOA's team patrol, who glowered back. Tiny cameras on street signs confirmed my suspicion: the HOA's safety system was Vanessa's surveillance net. I played dumb, walking Rusty at odd hours, tracking sprinkler patterns. Vanessa's yard stayed wet, neighbors' lawns cracked like desert clay. Harold handed me a dusty box of HOA ledgers, revealing a $5,000 landscape hydration expense from a decade ago, tied to Vanessa's lot. An invoice showed illegal pipe rerouting, signed the VH. She'd used HOA funds to steal water, unchecked for years. I needed more. Harold had a key to the HOA's archive room, where meeting recordings were stored. Sunday night, we slipped into the clubhouse, finding a hard drive labeled 2013 to 2018. A 2016 audio file captured Vanessa calling her bypass a temporary pilot, assuring the board it was minor. No one questioned her. "Keep this quiet," she said. Residents wouldn't understand. I copied the file and invoices to a flash drive. Vanessa's empire was built on lies, and I had the proof. But I wanted her exposed publicly. I tweaked a secondary valve, disrupting flow to her zone. Sprinklers sputtered, showers trickled, and neighbors grumbled. Vanessa blamed city grid issues, but her koi pond betrayed her, still brimming. She pounded on my door with Stuart, a board member reeking of cologne. "We need to inspect your home for leaks," she demanded, citing a fake rule. I countered, "That valve predates the HOA, under grandfathered municipal code. Want the zoning docs." She stormed off, Stuart tripping behind her. I tightened the valve further, dropping her pond's level. By morning, she had a plumber poking her utility box, finding nothing. She paced, yelling into her phone, her composure cracking. I emailed the audio and invoices anonymously to trusted residents, sparking whispers. Vanessa doubled down with an emergency drought addendum, mandating watering logs and camera inspections. Residents fumed. Saturday's HOA pool party was the breaking point. Dry fountains, yellow grass, and broken plumbing killed the vibe. Kids sulked, parents cursed. Vanessa's speech about grid failures was interrupted. "Why's your pond full?" Harold stepped forward, manila folder in hand, reading the 2016 audio transcript and ledger details. "Vanessa stole water with HOA funds," he said. The crowd turned. "We want a vote," someone shouted. Denise, a board member with a conscience, led the charge. Vanessa, clipboard useless, backed away as boos erupted. The taco truck left, the jazz trio packed up, and the board scattered. The vote to oust her was near unanimous. Vanessa didn't speak, just clutched her clipboard, defeated. Sunday, her garage was pre-painted "Water Thief," her mailbox stuffed with soggy flyers, her succulents toppled. Residents watched, unflinching. Vanessa's rally attempt drew 2 people, who left as she ranted about order. A neighbor yelled, "When's the koi funeral?" Laughter followed. She confronted me, accusing me of misinformation. I replied, "You rerouted pipes. You signed fake invoices. That's on you." She turned, steps heavy, finding no allies. I sent the evidence to city zoning, waterworks, and oversight, citing my waterworks credentials. Investigations confirmed illegal rerouting, fining the HOA and ordering repairs. Vanessa's house hit the market. She fled days later, her pond dry, her reign over. The new resident council, led by Harold and Denise, replaced the HOA structure. No president, just rotating leaders and transparent votes. I restored the valve to fair flow, installing a public meter for accountability. Block parties bloomed, kids played in sprinklers, and lawns greened evenly. The HOA board became a kindness hub, with notes offering seeds and recipes. At a potluck, Harold toasted, "To no more Karens." Laughter rang out. An envelope in my fence read, "You were right. I was wrong." No signature, just truth. Vanessa's fall wasn't loud, it was quiet, like water settling after a storm. Brookhaven thrived, free from fear, proving a single valve, turned with precision, could drown a tyrant's empire.